Welcome to the Polly the Wog channel. Today we are going to process some stuff and get things cleaned up a little bit. And we are going to start with this small little fluorescent light fixture here. See, there's a nice little cord on it. Let's just cut that cord off of there. Cords at my yard, these are obviously number 2 wire. And number 2 wire at my yard is currently going for $1.98 a pound. That's in Canadian funds, but you know, $1.98 a pound, that's pretty good for just number 2 cords, you know. Let's pull those brass prongs out of there. See how simple and easy those come out? Like I've mentioned before, I don't know who's making plug soup in these other videos, but it's totally not necessary 99.9% of the time. With the right tools, pair of pliers like that, and some side cutters, these little brass prongs, they just pull right out, no problem. So I'm going to get rid of my brass. Little container here. My little brass collection slowly growing. We'll take our number 2 cord. Let's just open this bin up here. We'll dump it right inside there. We'll get rid of that. And let's see what's inside here. This has a little bit of weight to it. I'm assuming it's just a ballast on the inside, but there's only one way to find out. Grab my container to put screws in.
There we go.
Alright, so that's off of there. This here is just a piece of tin. Double check with our magnet. Yep, very magnetic. So yep, that's just steel. I say a piece of tin. When I say a piece of tin, I'm referring to a category at my scrapyard here in Canada. Our shred steel pile is just referred to as the tin pile. So I know it's not really tin, but that's just what they call the category at our scrapyard. So yes, this is shred steel. I'm going to set that aside. Shred steel at our yard currently has had a nice price increase. It's gone up to $315 a ton, or 15.75 cents per pound. So that's not too bad. Let's see here. I'm guessing that's just a little ballast. Oh, we got a couple more screws here, so let's take those out if we can. They do not want to come out. Well, that one does. Let's try this other one again. No, that one doesn't want to move, so let's just cut our wire off. Let's just see if that last little piece will pull out of there with a little bit of force. There we go. Pop that little piece of wire out. Right, get rid of that little sleeve. We got some sort of little piece in there. So we'll cut that off. I'll throw that into our junk container. I know that's a little brass end that's under there, but I am not too worried about it. I'm just going to let that go into my number 2 wire. Just dump that down in there. So I couldn't get this other little screw off of here. I don't know why it is so tight and does not want to come off, but it does not want to come off. Oh, losing pieces already. Pretty sure there's a little piece of something in those. There's our pliers. What do we got in here? A little bit of brass or copper. Looks like copper to me. It's just garbage. See if we can get into this one. I think we're going to need a little tap from the persuader. And cracked it a little bit. There we go. Even tiny little bits of wire. Is there tiny little bits of wire on this other piece? There was. Very small. Yeah, no, I think that's it. So let's get rid of our garbage. There's the other little piece of wire. We'll get rid of all of that. These little wire bits can just drop through that hole there into our number 2 wire container. And these definitely look like they're copper. Let's see here. Yep, looks like copper to me. We'll double check with our magnet. Nothing's magnetic, so yep, I'm going to take that and dump them into my little copper container. And as for the rest of this, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a ballast of some sort or a transformer. I'm going to say by that metal there that looks like a little transformer. This is all metal on the outside. I'm not sure how I'm going to get into it. Well, that answered that. Get rid of that. Yeah, those are just plastic. There's the other one that fell. Get rid of those. Really wish I could have got that screw to come out. Is that going to be copper? Well, only one way to find out. Let's hit it with a file. Sure looks like shiny copper to me. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there very well, but yep, that's definitely copper looking. Now, how to get it off of there, I'm not sure, especially when I can't get this one stinky little screw out of here. Brute force. Whoopsie, knocking the handles off my container. There we go, got that off. Making some noise. My little tin collection going on here. Let's just drop all that down in there. Alright, so another little piece of tin. I know there's a little switch left on there, but I am not too concerned about that. No, I'm just going to let that go to the tin shred. So, this seems rather attached. I think I'm just going to have to bend. So, I want to be able to cut down one side of this, but obviously this metal plate's in the way. Is that just crimped on there? I am not sure. It'd be nice if I could get this plate to just pop off. That didn't work. Nope. There we go. Persuader to the rescue. All right, so I got the little teeny transformer off of there. Another little piece of shred steel. All right, let's see if we can get this copper out of here. Go to my handy dandy little knife. I wish I had a vise I could put this in. It would make it a whole lot easier, but unfortunately I do not have a vise. Let's see if we can pry this up a little bit. Oopsie. I know I should be wearing my gloves, but I've left them outside in my van. This is very shellacked. I could try cutting down the other side as well, make it a little bit easier to try to pull it out, but even then, this is so tightly wrapped and with both sides kind of covered up. I don't think it's going to come out of there real easily. I really need to put it in a vise so I can hammer a screwdriver underneath there and then pry it up. Oh well, let's see what we can do. I'll start to pull that end off. Oh, that makes it a little bit easier. Got a little bit of the E's off of there, or whatever you want to call them. Just a little bit of tin. Oh, well, this might work. Slowly getting all these little metal bits off. And use that to hold it. Just tap away. And see, these all start coming loose. Yeah, they're slowly just falling off. Oh, there we go. A few more. There we are. Let's gather up all of our little metal bits. That was interesting. That was the first time I've ever quite done one quite like that. Are these metal? Yep. There we go. Got all of that off there. That's just the steel bits. What do we have left here? A little bit of copper with a little bit of tape on it. But that'll still go as number 2 copper like that. Let's see if we can pull off a little bit of that tape. And the most effective way is probably to smash it up. Let's try that. Yeah, give it a few taps and the tape, for the most part, just peels off. Yep, that looks pretty clean to me. Yep, so a nice little chunk of number 2 copper. It's currently over $5 a pound. Not sure exactly what number 2 is at my yard right now. Bear Bright is up to $5.75 Canadian. So I think number 2 is around $5.30 a pound Canadian right now. So, yep. We'll throw that into our little copper container. Nice little piece of copper. And we'll get rid of our mess. So yeah, that wasn't a whole lot inside that light fixture, but what was there was still alright. Still got that nice little chunk of copper out of there. So yeah, I have another plastic one, but I imagine this one is going to be mostly garbage. So I think we're just going to cut the cord off of this one and probably call it a day. I don't know. I'm curious. Are you curious? See if we can get this bulb out of here. Doesn't want to let go of it. There we go. Put that somewhere where it's not going to break. I see a couple of screws in here. Let's see if they'll come out. This one here is more of an aquarium light. And like I said, the shell is all plastic, so I don't think this is really going to be worthwhile at all. I think the cord was the best thing I got off there for the $1.98 a pound that I can get for those. Alright, we'll get rid of our little screws. We do have another little transformer there. Let's grab our wire cutters and clip this wire off. Whatever that was, the heat really got to it, and that's probably why it didn't work anymore. Yep, that piece there is pretty shot. And this little transformer looks a lot like the other one. Whoopsie. Alright, so that's plastic. We'll get rid of that. Dump our little bit of wire. Let's see if we can take these wire nuts off. I like to be nice to my scrapyard and not give them too much garbage in the wire. There we go. Dump that into my number 2 wire. And just get rid of those wire nuts. And let's see if this little transformer will come off of here. go. Another useless piece of plastic. Oh, almost forgot about those end bits. Yeah, let's bust these open. See if we can get into those. Oh, looks like maybe a little bit more copper than there was in the last ones. All right, garbage. Yeah, nice little pieces of copper. It just doesn't want to pull out of there. There we go. If we can get these ones out. Looks like there's still a little bit in there. All right, for the hassle, I am not going to bother. There, we get rid of all of that. We got our nice little bits of copper. Double check with our magnet. Oh yeah, non-magnetic. So we'll dump those into our little copper container. Slowly adding up. Not much in there so far, but you know, it adds up over time. And we got another nice little transformer. A little piece of wire that I missed. Drop that right in the hole. Well, you saw me do the first one, so I don't think you need to watch me do this one as well. I'm going to set that aside for now, and I'll process that later. And what else do I have here? I got some cords. This is the one that I just pulled off. Let's get the prongs off of there. These ones aren't even nickel coated. They're clearly nice brass prongs. I don't know if you can see that there, but yep, those are some nice brass ones. So we'll get rid of our little scrap metal container, grab our brass container, throw those in there, and dump our cord inside our number 2 wire. Let's see. Process up the rest of those cords later. What did I have? Oh yeah, I had this great big power pack here, or as the English might call it, a wall wart. Cut that off of there. And cut that little end piece off. So, some more number 2 wire. Let's see if we can crack this open.
Definitely broke a lot of it, but doesn't seem to want to pop open yet. Almost got it. There we go.
And it still doesn't want to quite open up. Let's give it a couple more whacks. Yeah, these top corners are holding it. There we go. Get rid of that big plastic piece. And yeah, we got a nice transformer inside of here. There we go. So yeah, nice little brass prongs on there. See if we can pull those off. Put our brass away. So yeah, we got another nice little transformer out of there. I'm going to guess that it's going to be copper. See if we can just file right through this. Yep, that's copper. So yeah, this will be another fun one that I will do, but probably not right now. Yep, you just put it into a vise, cut right down the middle, and you should be able to just pry it out the other side. So we got a nice another little transformer to add to my little transformer collection. I'll process those up in another video probably. But yeah, if you ever wondered what was inside some fluorescent light fixtures, apparently I thought it was going to be a ballast in there. It turned out the whole time that it was a little transformer. And a little fuse on the back of that circuit board. And just throw that into my junk container. A little bit more for the number 2 wire. And yeah, I think that's it, folks. There's definitely some little copper transformers inside those fluorescent light fixtures. The one, like I said, was from an aquarium. The other one, I think, used to be a little black light. It was like a little black light fluorescent light tube holder thingy. You know what I'm talking about. It came from Spencer's Gifts many, many years ago until it finally gave up the ghost. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you in the next one.